Dude, that song just gets me in the mood every morning. GM, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. It's a bit cold this morning. I've got 2 layers on for the first time in, I don't even know, 6 months plus. Rainy weekend, floody weekend, like we said last week, Craig. So GM to you, mate. It's kind of nice to have a bit of a reprieve from all the hot weather, if I'm honest. How are you going today?
Yeah, Jim, Grinny, Jim, Gigi, everyone out there. Yeah, man, it was a good weekend. It was hot and then it rained and then it finally cooled down. So I've been enjoying the cooler weather.
Yeah.
Had some family here over the weekend. My son's cousins, they all came over, so it was a good time. All the kids running around here. Cooked some good steaks, some cocktails, Bloody Marys were going around.
Oh, I haven't had one of them for a long time.
Yeah, I know, neither did I, about 2 decades. And some espresso martinis, you know the drill. So yeah, it was a good time. And it was your wife's 30th, man. How was all that?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, so my in-laws came up and celebrated that, and it's her 30th today. So it was very much a celebration of her all weekend, which was lovely. And we'll go out for dinner. Like it's a Monday, so like most restaurants are closed. So we'll go out for our dinner on Wednesday night. But we went to a really nice Asian fusion restaurant in. I won't disclose the location, Sunshine Coast. And it was highly recommend it. It's like rated 4.8. It's like, honestly, you spend a bit of time researching where you want to go to dinner and it makes the biggest difference. Like I know so many people when they travel, they go, oh, like let's just go and eat in here. And then they're like, oh shit, that was shit. Like why? And I was like, dude, literally pull out Google Maps, a couple of taps on your screen and you can find a really good spot. It's the same as when you obviously live somewhere too. So we really find pride in finding good restaurants to go to, because then you have a good experience. And sure, it might be a little bit expensive, like I think it was $200 for both of us, but I mean that's pretty standard for a couple these days when you go out for dinner. So mate, it was really nice. Really nice. It's obviously you're getting old. It's so sad. Like I mean, my parents are 60 this year, and we're obviously I'm 31, like she's 30. So it's crazy just like how fast the last 10 years have gone, I suppose. So it's really about locking in now, staying healthy. I think is a big one. Mate, you'd be super proud of me. I went for a run on the weekend. I gymmed twice on the weekend. I'm back. Wow. I'm getting back into it, man. It's nice to I think the weather helps too. It's not so hot. Like when you work in the office all day and it's like 30, 35 degrees, you just ruin it. The last thing you want to do is exercise, right? So yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And once you get sort of conditioned to being inside in the aircon, if you go for a run outside, you're F day. It's so hard.
Yeah.
No, that's good. You got back into the gym. How's the body today? You nice and sore?
Yeah, a little bit. So I didn't go too hard. I hurt my back actually. I was like, I probably went a little bit too hard. So no, it's good to be back. It's definitely good to be back in there. But guys, we'll jump into the markets because there's a bit of news. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Magnificent Seven, which is obviously your top 7 stocks. Like over the market. So like Facebook and everything like that, Amazon and whatnot. You then obviously got Bitcoin weakness continues to reject 70K, Craig, 71, 70K. There's still, we got a few articles to go through. But as you can see down the bottom, guys, GTG Lite launches today. So that's just it's going to be $5. One-time fee. It's going to get you a little tease of what you get within the GTG premium community. Essentially you can just join for $5 and you get lifetime access to whatever's within the GTG Lite opportunity. So keep an eye on the at GTG Co because we'll launch that later today. But yeah, just something a little bit different. Give people a little taste of what they can get within the GTG premium community. I've been building, and it's been a busy time. So it's nice to finally get that out because it's a bit of a delay there. I think I was supposed to launch about a week ago, but I've been busy with a few different things. So, mate, I think we'll start. Obviously, BTC it claws back to 70-ish over the weekend and even late last week, but there's still a lot of weakness out there. So. It's interesting because there's 8.7 billion wipeout yet again, like over the weekend. This was written 2 days ago, but it's like it just keeps struggling at that 70 to 71K level, and we'll pull up the chart shortly. It's just I feel like this is the pain that we're going to be in for a long time here, and for those people that maybe tune into our show, GM to you and Clay, so hope you're doing well, legend. Like if you tune into our show, you guys will probably, I keep forgetting you got a bloody quote tweet your. Hold on, let me post that.
I just did it as well. Yeah, it's a pain, dude. If you don't do it, no one will go into the main channel. Like no one.
You've got 19 people live. Oh, goodness me. Anyways, Oh, it's so annoying, Chad. It's bloody Twitter changing their shit every day. It's so annoying to keep up with. But anyways, no. We keep rejecting from 90K, and so the lesson here is that it's more than likely going to take a long time for it probably to break out of this range, and arguably we could. It looks like we probably head lower because we're struggling to get above that range high on low timeframes, Craig. So I don't know. You're still patient for lower. Hey, you're not bidding until 60. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm not super keen to buy here, really. I just think we go lower. I think there might be a few, little bounces along the way, and people will get excited.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice on this bounce, people got excited on this bounce.
Mm.
A little bit too excited, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were right to get excited, but I mean, it's sort of expected. It sort of, breaks down in a big way, which it did, and then has a little consolation bounce, and people go, "Oh, there we go. There's the bounce," and then it breaks down again. They're like, "Hey, I'm just used to this part. I'm patient. I'm not going to start buying and then be like, oh, I'm up 10% today. I
Mm-hmm.
just want lower. I just want a bit lower, not much lower.
Mm-hmm.
And the main reason I'm saying that is I didn't get the 60K buy. So
Mm-hmm.
when I missed that and it bounced quite aggressively from there, I was like, just chill, dude. Don't chase 65 now, 67. I think we'll probably retest 60 again. So with that in mind, I'm going to be patient. I think we've got longer, as you and me speak about time-wise, to go.
Mm-hmm.
While the price might not break down a lot from here, I still think we've got months and months and months and months. We're probably going to look at this number on a screen. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested just to watch what it does.
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy again at 60 and then below from there.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, I am open to watching the chart structurally. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where's the big level for you to get above fib wise? To start saying things like, "Ooh, maybe you and I were wrong."
Yeah, honestly, like not even, I don't know, hold on, let me pull that up. So we'll touch on this one first. So
Okay.
this is 200 and 300-day moving average. So whenever Bitcoin trades in between that range or actually goes below it, like we did see back in 2022, historically, if you buy that opportunity, you do walk away with significant profits. We're talking minimum 3x over the last few cycles, if not more, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, in the COVID dip, that was obviously a black swan, but we had this bear cycle way back here. If we go have a look, okay, way back here, you had ample time of November 2018 all the way through to April 2019. So that was a 6-month period. COVID, obviously, black swan, very different. But here we obviously spent June 22 all the way to about March 23. So that's about a 9-month period where it was below those levels. And then historically, right now, we're finding support at the 200-day moving average, and we are very much within that range. So one would argue this is good value, and that's why I unlike Craig, have decided to buy between 60 and 70K. And I'm kind of happy with that. I'm happy to sit on that for now at this period of time. But I do think we go lower as well. GM to you, Josh. GM to you next. GM to you, Saprit. Good, welcome back. Hey, Saprit, haven't seen you on the channel for a while. Good to see you back. I apologize if I butchered your name. I do apologize. It's so
Yeah.
hard to read the little writing on YouTube. But anyways, this 200 to 300-day moving average is historically a really good value for Bitcoin to accumulate. But we'll talk about why it's interesting because there's a lot of correlation with software. There's correlation with the Mag 7 breaking down as well now. So if we are going into a greater bear cycle market wide, then Bitcoin could actually trade a lot lower. But because it front run this dip compared to other markets, it also might already just be at its lows for a long period of time here. Maybe we get one more deviation below this range. We tap into the mid 50s, and then we oscillate between mid 50s and 75K for the next 6 to 9 months. That could easily happen as well. And it'll be the boring period that a lot of people will leave. And that'll be the reason I think we get a lot of great opportunities to accumulate altcoins and meme coins later this year for active trades. So you asked me before about Fibonacci levels. So if we pull out the Fib, basically from the all-time low of last bear cycle, so November 22 at around 15K, all the way to the period, the current all-time high at about 126K. Again, the index or the certain exchanges is Bybit, so it'll be slightly different on wherever you're tracking your Bitcoin data. But for me, I like to trade on Bybit, so for me that it makes a lot of sense. But ever since we rejected from that 97K, 98K region at the weekly FVG, that was just clinical. I mean, I still have like a tiny percentage of my short open, like 2%. I think I've only got like $50 left in it now. Kind of like, I probably will close it, to be honest. There's probably no reason for me to hold it anymore. I think we've majority of the move has played out, and I managed to capture the majority of that massive volatile move. But for me, Craig, there's two things here. We're struggling to get above the 0.5 of the entire range, which actually really aligns with the previous all-time high that we made in the halving or pre-halving back in March 2024. So this area over here, it remains a huge level of resistance that we are struggling to get above, even in the current moment of time. So if I draw that just really clearly for you guys so you can see as well, we are struggling to get above this previous high here where we made it in March 24. So you could very much just treat this as a range. And if I remove my fib, it also, like, it's just wild how people continue to fade TA. Like, TA is arguably, like, use a combination of fundamentals and TA is my highly recommended. And that's what I always talk about in GTG. It's all about fundamentals and understanding macroeconomics or on-chain trends or liquidity or volume, or all those sort of things, sentiment. And you match that with your technicals and you will dominate crypto for many years to come. So highly recommend that. But if we have a look here, Craig, not only does the top of March 2024 and arguably the bottom of September 2024's range line up really nicely with where price is probably going to spend a lot of time here, it also aligns with the 0.5 fib at 70.9K and the 6.6 fib at 53.3K. If you take them away, it's a very clear area, in my opinion, that we could spend a lot of time going sideways. Now, your question to me was, when do I start to change my opinion? My opinion would change if we start to break above this, obviously, descending resistance. Okay, so that's that line above. That's just a really loose way of me looking at it. But, I mean, if I come back and have a look, anything that's on high timeframes that we break up, like, I just don't see us going anywhere aggressive anytime soon. And everyone's still going, Greeny, in my comments, Greeny, any chance of a new all-time highs in 2026? I'm like, no. Like, there's just... price needs to reset, and it takes ages for price to reset on these high time frames. And like we've been talking about, like the pivot here on the monthly is still at 115K. That's like 50 grand away from where price is right now. That's a lot of percent. It's like that's a 2x nearly in price, right? So for me, it's like, no, it's more like if we get a bounce, I'm looking to short it, because that would be kind of the move that I'd like to take, is another lower high and look to short it back towards probably the 50s, 60K sort of region. But if you really want to see strength, it would probably be that 382 fib. If you can get above 83 and above, obviously, this current level that we're at, but if we can start to break up here, break out and get above the 84K level, then it really becomes this high time frame level as well. Okay, so pretty much the high that we set way back in January, 98K, when you sold, when I told you to sell, you're very happy you did that. It's this level that probably remains a really high time frame level if we are looking to bounce in the short term. Okay, we could easily do something like this, right? Like that could easily happen. We could reject from here and go down again. We could oscillate between this range for a long period of time, okay, and then eventually break out. So there's a lot of scenarios, and I think that's what traders do and investors do. They are aware that there's a lot of scenarios that could happen, okay, but you react to what price gives you at this point in time. Now, over the weekend, there was a really good opportunity to long a few things, and I know Eli hit us up. He hit me up. What was it, like 9 p.m. on a Saturday night? And so he's like, Greeny, look at this pump chart. And I like looked at it, I was like, yeah, it looks all right if it can break above the 4-hour resistance. And sure enough, we wake up and it did. But if I have a look this morning, it's back down and the market's dump again. So the moral of the story, like, I mean, yeah, look at this, like 6%, 5%. I haven't even looked at like other tokens as well. Like, yeah, Pengu down 11%, Dogecoin down 8%, Mog down 8%, Pump down 6%. So like the issue for me, Craig, right now is, if you're trading, you need to be so plugged in and you need to be so active, and you need to be like very aggressive, like move stop loss to break even, take profits very aggressively, because a lot of these little short moves are probably not going to continue like they would when you're in an uptrend or in a bull market condition where liquidity is thriving, sentiment is good, and the market's hot, right? We're very much in a different fundamental standpoint of the market. Jam to you, Rocky, as well. So I don't know, Craig, that's a long-winded answer, but I hope that gives you at least what I'm currently thinking in this market. I don't really see strength until we break above 97, 98, and we have a weekly and daily candles closing above that level. So in my opinion, it's better if we dump and we consolidate sideways for a long period of time, because then that shows me that I don't really care about the previous highs anymore. It's more about the reaccumulation period that we're looking at over the next sort of 6 to 9 months, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. Those are the numbers I'm looking at as well. I'm just going to send you a tweet you'll enjoy bringing up for chat, I think.
Oh, the big man. Let's have a look.
He's just addressing, obviously his thesis hasn't played out, so he's just reframing it a bit, I think.
Doesn't mean my analysis is right. The breadth and depth of the macro and now the framework I've added since 21 is massive, and I'm happy with the probabilities currently, but things can change. What is this? Global macro investor is his bloody business. However, I'm not a guru. Bro, are you serious? You literally say you are a guru. You went on the bloody Diary of CEO and you said, yeah, I'm one of the best macro gurus over the last 25 years. I've nailed everything from tech to crypto to the 1990s. Like, oh, bro, it's literally counterintuitive. Like, what is... It's hypocritical. Like dude. Anyways, what's he say? Have you read it all?
No, I just found it then.
Basically, the banana zone won't fix your shitty asset. Oh, bro, dude, hold on. Okay, hold on, chat. Hold on. What did he say here? Okay, he is a seed investor in this, but it still doesn't matter. The banana zone won't fix your shitty asset allocation, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, brother? What are you talking about? Sui is down 82%. That's a shitty allocation, unless you took profits. Shout out to Sexy in GTG who took profits at the high, okay? Hey, we nailed the moves. We nailed multiple moves all cycle, all right? Because we're active traders. We understand how crypto works, okay? We're not selling this dumb narrative like this guy here who creates some random term called banana zone. Stupid.
Never happened either, man.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like so many people, it's easy, okay? It's easy to make money in a bull cycle. It's easy to make money in an uptrend. People, the real heroes and the people that you should be listening to are updating you right now, are still creating content right now. The amount of people I unfollowed on the weekend, Craig, because they hadn't posted since 2025. They had like 4 retweets in a row. And I was like, well, you don't obviously care about providing value, so I'll unfollow you. Or they're just like, look at this meme coin, or look at this random NFT. I'm like, unfollow. Like, it's just not value anymore. So like the people who are with you right now, who are live daily, who are chatting on the timeline, who are talking about trends, okay, who are giving you market updates, like they're the ones you want to be following. So I'm really curating my timeline very cleanly and just getting rid of all the garbage, Craig. So it's fascinating that he put that tweet up. It's literally going against what he spoke about for multiple years. So I don't know. What's your take?
Yeah. I guess he's just reframing his narrative that he proposed, so it looks more accurate than what it was, because it was inaccurate, and he's
after the fact.
I don't know why he's not just going back and say I've made a mistake. Anyway, but the only reason I brought it up is because I saw a lot of people quote tweeting it and saying things like, just be ready for basically bringing bullish hope back to the timeline. Now, I'm not saying we aren't bullish. I'm just saying be careful listening to that guy who pretty much led you to the slaughter recently, who's now saying, see, I wasn't wrong. It might just be a little bit of time. It's like, dude, Bitcoin just broke down 40%, dude. Like
55%. It's down 55%.
Sorry, 55%. I'm like, you've just wrecked, like, even my retarded brain knew that was happening, man. Like, how did I pick that before him? Like, that's inexcusable, man. Like, I should not outtrade him. I've been in the markets a lot less time.
It just shows you how many people, and this guy has millions of followers across many socials, right? And yet, dude, like transparency is key. Well, I admit stuff when we're wrong. We admit stuff when we're wrong, but people like that don't. They scoot around the truth, and that's I don't like that. And like it's the same. I spoke about it last week. There's plenty of people out there I know who deleting videos, deleting tweets from things that they did in the past. Now they're saying, no, we did this, we prepared for this. No, you didn't. Don't create this facade that you did this. Like, be honest. Say we got it wrong. Okay. Like that, I'd find so much more respect in that approach than someone saying, no, we got it right, guys. Look at our one altcoin that we picked that went up 6x over the past year. Sick, bro. That happened a year ago. What's happening now? Oh, that's right. You didn't prepare for this move. You're losing money. How are you preparing for it? You're reacting to price. It's the same as Raul Paul. He's reacting to price already breaking down 60%. Sick. Anybody can do that, bro. Anybody can do that. I pinned this tweet to my profile.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It would have been getting more hits now, but I'm sure it's getting a bit more attention.
But yeah, look, I'm not here to tell you I'm God and I'm right. And it's just nice to know that 9 years of analytic experience in trading cryptos has prepared me, the GTG community, and us, Craig, and the viewers of the show for this move months ago. And so I get excited by a bear market. It gives you great opportunity. It is the most lucrative time is a bear market. It is arguably the best time to be in crypto is a bear market. Okay. Pepe was created a bear market. Mog was created out of a bear market. You could have had Solana under 30. 30 is generous. It went down to $8. You could have had Solana under 30 and it still did a 9x? Radium, 40x. Bitcoin did an 8x. 5x. If or 4x if you buddy got it under 30K. Like I get so excited. I get so excited by a bear market. And I'm so excited that we're live every day now. And we get to do this. So anyways, moving on to Mag 7. So this is basically your top tech company. So Microsoft, Facebook, what are the other ones? Google, Apple, etc. Now, this is really starting to break structure here. So this arguably is not looking very flash. What you've got here is basically a distributional top. Okay, so you've got lows here, and you've got distribution above these lows. Okay. Now, what you also have is now a structure break here. So you've got a low here. Maybe I need to change it here. Let me use arrows so it's nice and clear. You got a low there. Okay, you've got a low here, okay? And now we're actually, and I mean, you've got another low there, I suppose, as well. And now this one, okay, if I change the color of that, is actually breaking below those other lows. So that is your first change of character. It's not a market structure break until it closes and confirms that move. But this is very bearish because this is also a distribution above the high, okay? And we start to trade back towards where price is valued. It's also lost its weekly or its 21-day EMA, weekly EMA, which is very bearish because as you can see here, when it maintains the strength, okay, we're in a bull market. And now that it's lost this and actually closing below there as well, Craig, as of this previous week, this doesn't look good. And so Mag 7 being pretty much the only thing that's held up the S&P 500 and the stock market for the last, since 2008, really. It's been in a bull cycle since the global financial crisis. This is the first warning sign, as we're showing you right now live, that there could be a greater market pullback in 2026 and into 2027. I mean, we've been talking about this right now, Craig, for a while. Like Bitcoin and crypto often front runs a bull trend or front runs a bear trend. And what we're noticing is that there's a lot of weakness out there on, gold and silver are very volatile right now, and they've gone parabolic. So naturally, I think they're going to be in a very long corrective move. They could obviously go up a little bit higher, potentially given macroeconomic circumstances. But if we look at this chart, Craig, it looks pretty bearish for me. That's a lot of bearish signals. I mean, I haven't even looked at the stochastic momentum. That's just me analyzing price. But yeah, if we have a look at the stochastic momentum on the weekly, it's still got a long way to come down. It looks like it could come down way further. Let me just increase the padding a little bit so it's easier to read. Yeah, it looks like it's still at the 35th percentile coming down. I mean, if we look at the monthly, it'll be, woo, yeah, coming down, baby. That is, you do not want to be coming down at the 80, not at the 90th percentile below this level. Oh, Craig, it doesn't look good. And I mean, it doesn't look good here on the Mag 7. And I mean, like, look at this. We spoke about the weekly level and look at the monthly level. That's the weekly level and the monthly level showing weakness now. So tough time to be an investor. Tough time. I would say cash is king in 2026. Cash is king.
Dude. I said that. It's funny because I started saying that just to take the piss on the timeline and irritate people last year. I did it. I started saying cash is king. And I even put a tweet up. I have to find it saying, watch how many people tell you if cash is trash at the top of the bull run. And they did. Everyone is saying, why would you be in stables, Craig Green? You would have had the same thing. Why are you stacking cash? Why are you stacking stables? You need to be risk on. Look at the ship pumping, blah, blah, blah. No, no. This is why smart investors near the top, or even before the top, you had Buffett in that selling stocks and that 2 years ago. He was starting to scale out over the last couple of years. Smart. I mean, obviously he's got a lot of stocks. He has to do it over years versus my Bitcoin. I don't have enough to do it over years. I've got to do it over days and weeks. So he's a bit different. But Nah, dude, cash is king for moments like this, or dry powder, if you want to call it that. I've been waiting for this, man. I'm excited to see this dump because I will feel most secure in Bitcoin when I feel like these are feeling pain. And just for a humorous side to it, I also like seeing metals and stocks feeling pain alongside us in crypto, which have felt it for the last 6 months. So I'm like, yeah, eat it, because seeing gold rip on the timeline for the last 6 months has kind of broken my balls while my Bitcoin's dumping and gold's just going, shoot. I'm like, man, I got it wrong. But now I'm like, more seriously though, I'm glad to see this happen, mostly because I just want to see what damage this does to Bitcoin. Will we get a massive discount, or like you said, which I tend to agree with, has Bitcoin front run the dump, which I think it kind of has, and is it now probably the safer asset? I mean, we're probably starting to see a bit of a bounce now. The Bitcoin gold chart starting to hold, where it's just been free fall, dude, like Bitcoin versus gold. It's just, I mean, Bitcoin got annihilated, which is not the greatest thing when you're holding Bitcoin and not gold. But this is what I wanted to see, because this is the time of the bear market. I didn't really know what would happen. I don't know. What I mean by that is, I don't know if Bitcoin's going to find a bottom first, and then no matter what this does, it'll sort of it'll still keep its bottom, or will these things pulling back cause Bitcoin to go lower than it should? Which is where I'm very keen to buy, because anytime it's oversold, so that's what I'm not going to say I'm waiting for. I'm just an observer, man. And I'll buy as it breaks down to, like I said, 60K and below. I'll continue to buy, but I'm really interested to see with these rolling over now how crypto reacts. Especially now that we've got ETFs and more institutional buying, and the frameworks for, the legal frameworks coming down, the crypto or the Clarity Act. There's a lot of good stuff. So let's see if all that good stuff adds up to a different kind of bear market. I'm not expecting a different bear market, but I'm open to it very much so. What are your thoughts with this rolling over now? Have you got any thoughts about it, or you just don't care, or you're like, yeah, let's go, or what's your...
This is very bearish, I think. Very bearish. And I think we're seeing very much cash is king playing out in real time. Everything's been up only since COVID. Everything's outside the tariff tip. Everything's been up only since 2008. And I was still a kid at school then. So like and even like, I know we're buying a property, but even property in Australia, but given the right circumstances, GM JD as well, GM to you, Brad, it seems as though we're happening in real time, that it's like cash is going to be king this year, because you're going to get assets at a discount, because we're seeing weakness here. And I mean, like, I know Brad just spoke about ES/S&P 500 in the chat too. He reckons it's going to test 673. I would argue it looks worse. Like, if you look at this is just crazy. Like, look at the stochastic on this thing. Okay, so stochastic, this is on the monthly chart too. So stochastic just basically is a lagging indicator. It's a trending indicator, which just shows you when price is either oversold or overbought, really simply. Okay, we have been at the 95th, 97th percentile like for years, since since the COVID dip. Since October, since this correction in October. I don't know what happened in October. Again, macro, I wasn't plugged in. I was working as a teacher. So crypto has been my full-time job since about the end of 2023. So I can't comment on what happened then, because I wasn't really actively trading it. But since this correction here of a 278 period, okay, we've been in a bull market as well. Like, S&P 500 has gone up, 2x. Like, that's crazy, right? And look how overextended it is here. With stochastic saying basically at the end of February, if it closes below 7,000 points, then you would, in theory, it's going to cross bear once again and correct. Now, we have not had a great correction literally since 2022. The last time we revisited the oversold area was way back here in 2009, like I said, in the global financial crisis, Craig. So in the last, 16, 17 years, we've only ever had two proper corrections in the S&P 500. That shows you just how overextended it is. And I mean, it probably gets even worse on the 3-month. Like, look at this. Like, again, when was the last time we had a great correction? The 2008 global financial crisis. Look how long we've been in a parabolic price action move. And we're starting to get really close here yet again to the pivot. I'm not saying it's going to happen immediately, but I would say at some stage this year, it looks as though it's inevitable that we're going to break down. Who knows how long, but if you look at these bear cycles previously or corrective periods for the S&P 500, this was 3 years. This was 2.5 years. Oh, sorry, 1.5 years. This was nearly a year. Okay, so how long in theory could this one go for? It could easily like correct for a long period of time, right? Like that would be a reasonable pullback over a long period of time. So it's a fascinating time to be in markets, and I don't know, man. Like I'm very bearish when you step back and like unbiased, unemotional. I'm not like I think I have like a couple grand in the S&P 500, and when I look at that and I'm like if I look at this asset, excluding what it is or what's encapsulated by it, and look at just the technicals, not even the fundamentals, which we're very bearish about, right?
Yeah.
Life's getting expensive. Inflation's high in certain countries. It's sticky in other countries. Unemployment's going up. Like again, it's very like the world's expensive to live in. There's a lot of things, right? If I look at this from a technical perspective, there's no way I want to buy this chart.
No, neither.
So where does it have to go? It has to reset to a fair value, okay? And that's probably why you've got Warren Buffett and co. been stabled up in cash for a long time. I know he's retiring, but he's a GOAT, right? Like he would be allocated to the markets if he wanted to be. Like he would hand it over allocated or in cash if he wanted to be. So yeah, it's actually, like I've been saying, I think cash is king for a long time. A great opportunity this year. Do I think it affects Bitcoin? That is the question you asked. Tough one because Bitcoin's already down 55%. It had its most volatile period since 2021. So inevitably, I think we chop sideways for a period of time. Does that not mean we can't close wicks? Well, not even close wicks, but does that not mean from like day to day or week to week we could go lower? Absolutely not. I think we could go lower. But does that mean we have monthly closes below sort of probably that 60K region? I don't know. It'll just have to depend on time. But yeah, I mean, this looks really bearish for me. This is a worry for me. And again, I'm not commenting here as a financial advisor. I'm not commenting here as someone that trades stocks individually. I'm just commenting on the technicals of what the chart is showing me. And price gives you a story, and we teach you that story inside GTG. So for me right here, it doesn't look. I mean, would you buy an asset here, Craig, if you look at this chart?
No, I'd be looking to buy it on the pullback. In which case, if you can cop the lows like they did in 2008, 2008. Look how if you could ride that bad boy up, if you can cop the low, you had almost 2 decades of up. Wowee, man,
10x, bro.
Like it, if you took the name of that chart away, I don't even need to know the name of what that is, and looked at it, I wouldn't buy. So that's when you know, like that's a good way to do it as well. Just forget what you're even looking at. Just look at the chart, and then you say, would you buy that? I'd be like, whoa, like I'd wait for a pullback and buy a pullback, but the pullback could go lower. Like I'm curious to see how low that wants to break down. But regardless, this year, I think for people still in stocks and metals and that, I think they've still got the majority of the bear to come. Whereas I feel with cryptos and that, we're in it now. So I'm not. It's not like I'm fearful, but I'm certainly. It concerns me. It concerns me in the way that I just don't know how cryptos will respond if we get a big pullback, like the 2008 style. I don't know what happens to Bitcoin. I think people will possibly, for a moment in time, lose their minds, and I think it'll be oversold. And I think it's going to go lower than we expect or want. But I'm like you. I don't think for a long period of time. So I think if we get a capitulation wick down into the 40s, dude, or even into the 50s, low 50s, I think buyers will step in. I don't think it'll be a case of we see, even if we get a massive capitulation wick into, I'm not saying this will happen, even to the 30s. I don't think that's the case. But even in the 40s, I don't think you're going to get weeks in the 40s. But I could be wrong. Be careful, guys. Not financial advice. I guess I'm open to learning now. I'm learning. I'm a student of the game at the moment because I haven't been around at times like this, I do not want to be saying things like I know it's going to happen, or I just know when you know when markets or assets pull back like this, it will have a trickle down effect. It usually does. So I think I think that's the opportunity. The exciting thing about that, dude, is we might get Bitcoin cheaper than we should. What I want. And I think buys, if you get buys at that near that bottom, I think that's going to age real sweet, dude. Come 27, 28, I think we'll be, doing videos in 2 years' time, going, just shaving. Hopefully, we don't get a 3 to 5 year bear market where we just, oh man, please don't do that.
Yeah, so let's comment on that. A big thing on Twitter recently has been the correlation of Bitcoin and software assets. So if we have a look here, they are basically overlaid here, where both have shown that they're very, very much correlated. They go through corrective periods very similarly. They go through a bull market very similarly, and they break down more very recently as well. Now, the worry to software is obviously AI. AI replacing the need for anything in terms of software, right? Because if I can sit at my desk at home and just prompt shit, well, then what's really the point of a software juggernaut writing code or like generating certain things? So for me, it's a really interesting correlation here. Have you looked too much into this, Craig? Or do you think, and I suppose the question to follow up with that, do you think Bitcoin is correlated to the software companies, technology out there? Like, arguably it kind of is. Like, it is, like, it's blockchain technology. Like, it technically is software. It is code. What do you think?
I haven't seen this before. But that correlates pretty closely, doesn't it? It's hard to say it doesn't. It's like, it's pretty, like, it's close enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I can really take out of this though, because I don't even know if anything front runs anything.
Well, the worry of AI replacing software.
Yeah.
Do you think then there's a worry because it's correlated so much with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is technically that it hurts Bitcoin in the long run? What do you think?
Oh, that's a tough question, eh? Oh, I just don't know.
What does chat think? Chat, let us know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I hope not. I don't think so, because I think Bitcoin and software are two different things, in the way that I wouldn't own software as a store of value, but I'd own Bitcoin as a store of value. So I think the thought process behind there is different, but I don't know. Yeah, chat, let us know what you think. That follows it pretty closely. Yeah, I can't argue against that, though. Hopefully not. It's all I can say. Hopefully not. But the AI thing's obviously the narrative for this bear market, isn't it? Quantum computing and AI. That's your black swan for Bitcoin this bear market. Whether it eventuates, normally they don't. There's always a narrative. One of the funny ones is who Satoshi is. Every year there's who Satoshi is. That's the black swan event for Bitcoin in some way. So every year someone's Satoshi. And then every bear market, there's a reason why Bitcoin won't come back. I remember last bear market, the same. We were getting hammered with why it's not coming back. Like, that's why people say, why didn't anyone buy at the 17K low? It's because at that time, all the news was just so bad. It was perpetuating the feeling of badness and fear and greed. And you had the feeling maybe it won't come back. Just that little part of you went, oh, maybe. Every time it feels very real, but then every time you come out of it and you look back, you go, that was pretty stupid. But it felt real. So maybe in 2-3 years' time, we'll look back at the quantum computing black swan, or the CZ black swan, or the Michael Saylor strategy black swan, and we'll look back and go, that wasn't going to take this to zero. But I don't know. It always feels pretty real at the time, and I'm not smart enough with quantum computing. What do we got here?
Well, this is quantum safe. So the real story is that Bitcoin's upgrade path is slow, coordination is hard, and preparing for low probability, high consequence risk requires starting years before anyone agrees the threat is real. And that's been my takeaway is like you would assume that majority of the technology that will be developed for quantum will in parallel security will go at the same rate of increase of protection, right? It's only if it obviously affects the old wallets and the old infrastructure of those. So, I mean, I don't really specifically know too much about Bitcoin's technology in terms of Taproot versus P2MR, but I mean, it's really interesting. This was a big thing even last year or the year before, Craig, when ordinals really started to dive into it and the Taproot wizards and stuff. So, yeah, look, it looks like they're already kind of like this article by Gino Matos is already kind of talking about what they can be doing to essentially recover private keys from the public keys and to protect that. So it's an interesting development, but I think this is the right conversation to be having now, considering that we're probably 10 to 15 years away from where quantum computing probably does harm us in the long run, potentially, for Bitcoin, or, I mean, for security in general. It's crazy, man. Like, I mean, I changed I logged into my Hotmail address or my email address over the weekend, and now I'm getting prompted that someone else is trying to get into it. Like,
I'm getting it all yesterday, dude. Apple. Someone's trying to reset my Apple password. You dirty dog, if you're watching this, fuck off. Like, stop.
Like
so annoying.
It's so annoying. Exactly. I played some games yesterday
too, and you get the notifications, and you're like, dude, man,
like
what's
trying to hack your authentication stuff, and I'm like, gee, like, it's so like, one, I don't even use that email. Two, I should probably just completely start fresh so I don't get all the spam email. But it's just so, the world we live in sucks, bro, because there's just so many scammers and spammers, and it just sucks, because it's just like we're just trying to make our way in this world, and then you got people like you're already trying to step out of like the norm and not do a 9 to 5 and try and make money in this industry. Then you're getting attacked and scammed. Like, I mean, I lost.
Trying to rob you, and you're like, far out. Leave me alone. I'm one of the good guys, you know?
Exactly. Dude, I lost so much money last year. It's crazy. So it is what it is. But anyways, Trump's Truth Social funds file Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF with the SEC. I don't know, like what, so that he can earn fees again via his platform. So it looks like, I mean, X as well, which we'll touch on shortly as well. Looks like both platforms are trying to integrate. Whether it's trading directly, I don't think so. Based on what Nikita said on X, it's not going to be trading in-house on X. It's actually just, this is the right ticker for the right chart and the right price at that period of time, IRL. So it looks like, it's cool. It's cool. Trump obviously trying to replicate that on Truth Social as well, which is interesting. But yeah, Elon Musk-esque, X is to launch crypto and stock trading in a couple of weeks. I don't think it's going to be trading. I think this is a little bit of an outlandish take. I think it allows you to click a button that will take you somewhere that you could trade it, I think, and it'll show you the price up to date. So, but yeah, we are very much coming to a level of where companies' in-house payments will be potentially inside X as a financial platform system. It's an interesting world, Craig. It is a very interesting world. A lot of creators actually lost their monetization and have been seeing that for quite a lot of people. They have to appeal and get it reset. It's interesting. Like, Nikita's out there saying, yeah, I want CT to win, but then the amount of changes that it keeps doing to the CT community, it's like, why are you targeting CT so much? Is that because you come from CT and you just hate the people within it and there's so many scammers, which is fair? Or is this like is it the biggest part of Twitter? Like, is it the most engagement part? I don't know. It's fascinating, Craig, because there just seems to be every day you're logging on, you're like, oh, hold on, what's the algo doing? Or what's the update here? Or what's happened here to this creator? Like, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I saw those tweets all going out almost at the same time or over the last week saying they were being demonetized. I am also noticing a lot of the people that got demonetized were InfoFire people.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what those people had been up to over the last year, perhaps botting engagement, and they got caught up in the crossfire of bots being removed. Or what was perceived as bots, because obviously they were in, hey, here's the old group, you post your tweet in that link in there. All right, everyone jump on there, comment, like, retweet. Everyone's doing it. So you start behaving like a bot. And if you start behaving like a bot, then you'll be picked up in the algo, which they scraping all the bots. So I'm not saying everyone who got demonetized is guilty of that, but I did notice similarities in the accounts that were saying it, that a lot of them were heavy InfoFi, and I'd suggest they were probably gamifying InfoFi and X.
Yeah.
Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been demonetized. I don't think you have. Not saying that's because I'm innocent and they're guilty. Yeah, and probably after I say this tomorrow, I'll be demonetized. I'll be like, oh, okay.
Touching wood.
Yeah. Peter, don't get me. But no, I wasn't in any groups where I was doing anything like that. But I'm not saying that's the reason. It's just, yeah. It does feel a little bit like they're making it harder and harder, though. And sometimes it's like, man, like to grow a brand here, to grow a brand in the first place is tough. And then to grow a brand when you're getting what feels like roadblocks put up, you're like, God damn, man, just relax, guys. Let me just do my thing.
So a big thing too on Twitter over the weekend is I got X amount of impressions and I only got $2,000. Like Jack, for example, got 30 million impressions in the last 2 weeks and only earned $2,000 US. I mean, the point being is it's tiered, right? Like if a Premium Plus member, as if you'd pay for Premium Plus. Like I would never pay for Premium Plus. You used to, or do you currently still, or not?
I think I do.
All it does is push you up the reply list on a page, and you used to be able to write articles, but now I can write articles as a premium only person. But if a Premium Plus person comments or engages with your tweets, your videos, articles, and again, articles and videos are weighted higher than tweets. Like it's more about engagement than impressions. I think a lot of people are misunderstanding that. And the other important part too, actually, Craig, is everyone's like, oh, I should just go to YouTube. I should create content on YouTube. It's so much easier to create content on YouTube and be paid on YouTube. Let me give you some insight, okay? These are my top 2 performing videos of all time, okay? So I released these like 18 months ago. A short that's done 270,000 views, and a long form video of like 10, 15 minutes did 52,000 views. And I've earned about $450 for both of them. I earn more than that per month on Twitter, okay? So the big lesson here is YouTube is not easier, okay? It's arguably far harder to maintain a presence on YouTube unless it's a trending topic over a long period of time. X is a far better platform for you to create. Trust me, I would know. I could show you so much more. Like we go live every day on YouTube, and massive shout out to our YouTubers who do subscribe and follow our content daily. But like, I think I earn like 20 cents per live stream every day, Craig, even though it's an hour's worth. Yeah, exactly. It's like 20 cents for an hour. Like it's like, guys, trust me, X is a far superior platform to be creating on than YouTube. So it's really interesting. Really interesting.
And you can foster a community a lot easier on X. YouTube, YouTube, you feel quite separated from your viewer, whereas on X,
it's tutorial based.
Yeah, so it's more speaking at people rather than engaging, whereas X is, I find, so much more engaging. You get constant feedback loops. I mean, just the people chatting away going, yo, what's up? Way more people on X will say hi than on YouTube, I find.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
YouTube's so botted, dude. All my comments on YouTube, every comment's a bot. I'll get one genuine at stream, maybe 2, and probably 8 bots going, just shilling a ticker. No, YouTube's not great, man. It's not. I don't find it great, and the numbers there are pretty dismal, actually.
Well, yeah, it's great, and like that, it cost me hours of content creation to edit, to think of a caption, to like create a thumbnail for one of them as well. Like it's a very different world. They're a very different world. Pippin. 700 million, Craig. This crime coin continues to make new all-time highs after rocketing from 150 million to 700 million in just the past week or two. 350% in just the past 2 weeks. The only token that is going up in this market. The definition of crime. Has this been on your radar in any capacity, Craig? Has this come across your timeline? Anybody in your group chats talking about this? What's happening here?
I don't know, but this coin, when's this been going from? 25, 24.
November 24.
Weird. I haven't heard of it. Pippin, I thought you were going to say Scotty Pippin for a second. What's Pippin?
Is it his token? Oh, the account's suspended. Interesting.
The account I haven't seen it, but that is unbelievable. 700 million.
Crazy. I mean, let's look at the wallet distribution. Can you look at that on deck screen? Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, dude. Crime is legal these days in America. And it continues to happen here. Oh, look at this.
Look at that fat cluster, eh? Look at that fat. That must be the Pip and Dev just.
4%.
I mean,
Bro.
For a coin to get that high, it has to be supply controlled, though, doesn't it? Really, initially, anyway.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
Normally, like because to send coins now, dude, is so hard. You have to have like 50. Like, look at White Whale. The way that sent is the guy had to own 50% of the supply, which some people think bearish, some people think bullish. I'm in between, depending on the person who holds all the tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't see this. I wish I did. I would love to feel the joy of a nice cook, man. It's been a while.
So it's supposed to be an AI token prior to Claude. Yeah, that's my understanding as well. But it just seems crimed. It seems so crimed.
I want in though, but I wish I was part of the crime, but I'm not.
Part of the crime. What a term.
Put me in, coach. No, I didn't get to eat on this, unfortunately. Did anyone chat? Did any of you guys? I mean, it's at 700 million. I'm going to assume some of the chat's in it. The surprising part is, I bet you most of them say no.
It's been on centralized exchanges for a while, so like you probably could have bought / longed it. I think actually. So interesting time. GM to you, Hofty Fluffen from Canada. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. So that's the only token that's really been going up for a long time. So very interesting. But yeah, as El Dorado said, it is from the crime. It's from the AI narrative of obviously a pre-launch before Claude was actually launched as the very much strong topic. Now, Craig, I want to talk to you about AI. Have you been using AI, Craig? Because it's arguably like one of the best topics at the moment on CT, even YouTube, to be honest, is AI. Maybe we need to pivot to AI content. But have you been using Claude AI? Have you been using these bots? Have you looked into Alex Finn? Did you watch his videos? Have you listened to what he's talking about? Have you listened to Frank? What's happening here, Craig? Have you been GTG's been trading Pippin for a while? Love to see Heisenberg. So it must be that just shows you how associated I've been with memes for a while. So I love to hear that. But Craig, talk to me about AI. Do you use AI? Talk to us every day. I do.
I use it in a limited fashion, like Grok and things like that for research topics or. Yeah, like in everyday life to a certain degree. I don't use Claude or anything like that. I'm not an AI guru. Do I listen to Alex and Frank? No, not a lot. No, I'm kind of not in that little bubble. I am interested in it. I can see I can see that it's got massive possibilities. But no, I'm not tapped in with AI. I'm certainly no Zeneca or anyone like that who's frothing on it at the moment. And perhaps I'm missing a trick here. What about yourself? Are you getting into this now?
No, I'm not coding because I'm building GTG out. So for me, it's so hard to balance time in a day, to be honest. So for me, I feel like I am losing a little bit of, let's call it development and skills moving forward with where the world is heading, but I don't feel like I won't have time to catch up. This is the first iteration of like a bot that actually can do stuff for you, but again, you're prompting it. So I don't think I am missing out too much by not doing it at this stage. I think I will like to do it later in the year. I'm sure I watched like even Nick, Choose Rich Nick, do a video a while back. It's saying that he has multiple agents doing certain things. That's probably where I would find use in it. Like I could be like, hey, like generate me, like kind of what you do, rather than manually reviewing articles before we talk about them on the show. It'd be like, okay, every day at 7 a.m., generate me a list of trending topics that we could talk about, a loose script with one dot point. Like you could do that. You could allocate it to tasks, right? So that's probably the area I would probably use it the most. At this point in time, I know Zeneca designed a whole budget app, or at least what he was been building over the past sort of month or so. So interesting to see how that goes. But Yeah, I don't know, man. I chat to ChatGPT every day. Like it generates so much for me. It does all my YouTube ideas. It does all my thumbnails. You obviously, and I've built the way I was using it initially is so different to how I use it now. And I think that's the evolution of using it as a tool rather than like I still shoot at the odd very simple explain this to me or like what is this? But it's more importantly the like this is what I'm doing, help me fine tune this or help me build this out in a certain way. So interesting. I think AI certainly we spoke about this recently, but it's going to be hard like to how do you get exposure to the AI? I suppose like is it going to be through infrastructure? Is it going to be through data and computing? I was speaking to my father-in-law yesterday about this, and we're kind of talking about like what if you know how like we have all these data servers around the world with all these servers. Like, what happens if we don't need these servers anymore, and AI develops a way that the cloud or the processes no longer require all of these storages, all these computer storages, all these server storages, all the security storages? Like, what happens if that, like, the things that we can't even comprehend yet occur in the future years? So it's interesting where price is going in terms of or in terms of assets, because I think you want to try and have exposure to AI, but is that through NVIDIA and like semiconductors? Is it through like infrastructure? Is it through resources to build the product? Is it through Google, who are currently building out one of the best sort of future products? Like it's a tough one for me. So it's definitely something on my radar to keep an eye on. But inside crypto, like, I mean, like, if we talk about crypto specifically tokens that are AI, if we come and have a look at like Near Protocol, like it just, and Tau, they just don't look like they're showing any strength whatsoever. Like, I mean, like this does not look good. If we have a look at Tau, okay, it's breaking below its weekly order block. Unless it reclaims this with strength, I'm not really interested in this token at all. So I think this probably starts to trade a lot lower. And that's maybe where I start to be interested. But again, I have to dive deep into the fundamentals. But Craig, have you ever looked into AI specifically in terms of crypto or tokens, or like Google as maybe the best sort of opportunity to have exposure to these things, or not?
Oh, I did a little bit. That's why I sort of got into render and stuff like that, but not a heck of a lot, man. I think this upcoming bull run is I need to, I think I'll need to have some plays that are tapped into AI. Like I will need to. I'm just not sure. AI is such a tricky one because it's just where do you invest to capture the most upside? Is it in tech? Is it in parts? Is it in I'm still I'm still a little bit confused where the best opportunity is. But I think it's something I need to start looking at more closely. And I guess that's where the bear market comes in, because that's when you get everything at its best price.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't even have to get the tech right. You just have to predict the narrative, because narrative will carry the price probably more than execution often. But no, I use it a little bit every day, kind of like you do, just for a few mundane tasks. I don't use it nearly as much as I should. And quite often my wife will remind me when I'm doing a task and go, why didn't you just get AI to do that? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Like, it's one of those, I forget that I have it still. So I think for me, obviously being a bit older than you, I'm probably a bit more resistant to it, or a bit more set in my ways. But I'm definitely open to it. And I must admit, when I use it, it is a time saver. But I don't think it's the be all and end all either. Meaning, I think I could quite easily not use AI in my life at all. And I reckon I could get a pretty good outcome in trading. Just with the old brain that's up in my head, man, I think I can do it. But I think as far as everyday life and getting it to do mundane tasks and stuff, that's pretty cool. My wife brought up a robo mower the other day. It's about a $2,000 lawnmower. That not saying that's AI exactly, but it's just the world we're living in, where things are automated now and you don't have to manually go and do things. So things are changing, huh? Where you get your lawnmower to do it for you automatically. I'm like, what the hell?
What? That's crazy. That's crazy.
So yeah, you might hear from me in a couple of months saying I got this this electronic lawnmower, man. That's the next purchase.
Well, I mean, I have
on my hands, Greenie.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have more time on my hands soon if I can take that off my hands. I'm like,
I
yes.
know. Yeah, true though. True, very true. A weekly close, Craig, comes in at 68, 68.8. So quite bearish still very much below the 72 pivot here on the weekly. If we come have a look at the end, yeah, the index is also at 72. It
Lower.
looks like we're rejecting from the 0.5. We're rejecting from the March highs. It honestly looks as though we're probably going to head lower. Like unless we can get above these, highs over here. Okay. Where it filled this inefficiency between this sort of gap here, right? At the 0.5, which also aligns very much with the 24 highs as I just spoke about. Unless you really get up here, like it looks like we're rejecting from here again, and we're going to retest the lows at 60. So yeah, tough time it's a tough time to trade. If you're trading, like, be aggressive. In my opinion, I think you want to be taking profits aggressively because you just don't know which way this market's going to go. If we look at the Mag 7, if you look at the S&P 500, they're very overextended. We're seeing gold volatility at all-time highs. It's tough to know what's going to happen. And I think the piece, at least I know with where I'm currently going with crypto, is that it's time. It's going to be time. You'll have plenty of time to accumulate things. Arguably, altcoins are going to go down way lower, in my opinion. Slow, drip, dry, boredom later this year as people start to leave, as people... Yeah, exactly. As Verhofty just says, as 4 years in, I've learned my lesson. BTC only for me going forward. I mean, so many people are coming to that realization. So naturally, I think that makes Bitcoin a really good asset. Again, my cost basis is around that 65K region. I got orders lower. So, I mean, I'm pretty keen to keep accumulating. Yeah, look, do we go into a multi-year bear market? Who knows, Craig? We'll have to wait and see. But I think we do get opportunities again soon, lower. I do think so. You just have to be patient. You have to be patient in this market. But a lot of weakness here, Craig. A lot of weakness.
Yeah, us rejecting at that 50% level is pretty telling.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I was kind of watching. I wanted to see if we could close above there. And just seeing it reject there tells me we go lower. So I'll be buying at 60K. Will we get there this week? Maybe, man. Especially with that weekly rejection there, I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like, I wanted to reject there, to be honest, because I want more Bitcoin, and I'm not the most patient man, I've learned to be, but I am keen to hit buy, which I think, like, I really am. I'm not just saying that. I know that I've said that for the last few weeks. I really am keen for more Bitcoin. Over time, I think it's going to appreciate well. I like the fact we're getting comments like that coming through now from chat saying 4 years in the market, learn my lesson, Bitcoin it is. And that's the realization I came to mostly last bear was if I just put most of my money in Bitcoin and just shave profit, I actually would have done a lot better than having 40 altcoins. Some did a 10x, some I held too long. When you worked it all out, when it all came out in the wash, I probably would have been better with Bitcoin. That's why I was mostly Bitcoin last bull run. Give or take metas like you and me rode. But like you said 1,000 times, it was you had to be willing to rotate. It was a rotator's market last bull run. It's not like everything went together. It went one, two, it just went like this. So if you were rotating aggressively, you did very well. But if you didn't rotate, you probably would have been better in Bitcoin to focus on one chart. Focusing on one chart is quite nice. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm not really watching much else. I'm just watching Bitcoin and looking for opportunities because I find it quite, I was going to use the word relaxing. It's, probably not relaxing, but it is a lot more stress-free than watching like XRP or Ethereum or Solana or all those coins. So, dump it lower. Give me 50K. Give me 50K and
I hope you don't miss out because it doesn't go lower. I hope you don't, because that's a classic story. That's a classic story in a bear cycle that everyone wants lower and then it doesn't give you lower. We'll see.
Hopefully I get it, man. Hopefully I get it. In the same token, if 60K here was the low, I'll accept it too. I'll accept it. That's okay. I'm willing to be wrong there, but the weekly close tells me maybe I'm right. I think I'm more right than wrong here. Dump it, Greenie. Dump it. Give me 60K again. I want to get your entry there. I want to buy at 60.
I like that. I like that. I had orders hit down at 60 previously already. I've got orders set up a little bit lower as well into the 50K region if we do hit that. Not a lot, but I mean, I've got enough that I'm happy to hold the X amount that I currently have as Bitcoin exposure in this market. My question to you, last question of the show: are you buying in the US value or are you buying in AUD value, Craig? Because I mean, AUD, like, it's at 97, and if it keeps holding up here, it's going to be a better buy longer term potentially. Like, I mean, if we have a look at price, it's down 48% in AUD, but if we look at USD, Craig, it's actually down more. It's down 53%. So it's actually a 5% difference, which I know a lot of people might not necessarily realize, but if you're dealing with 100K, that's $5,000, right? So what are your thoughts there? Are you buying Bitcoin US or are you buying Bitcoin AUD? What are you doing at this point in time?
Currently USD, but only out of habit. And I know we spoke about this last week. Yeah, I mean, geez, it's another niggly equation to throw in. Hey, I'm like, oh man, now my brain's going to start calculating a 5% differential between the two.
It could be higher soon.
Does that mean though? Does that mean buying it in USD is a bigger discount?
Only if USD outperforms when you sell.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to start buying AUD Bitcoin, man. Let's go. What a time to be an Australian. It's about time we get a win here. We've suffered against the US markets for far too long.
Oh, look at that. It's literally been since 2011.
Like I haven't been in the markets when AUD's outperformed. So for me, this is really foreign. And probably a good thing to bring up and talk about because
we should. Yeah, well, I mean, sure. We might have to start telling everybody, hey, our invoices are in AUD.
Yeah.
They're not in USD.
Just get real niggly, real proud about the AUD.
I'm sorry, but we have a stronger currency at this point in time. You need to pay us in AUD.
Pivot to AUD, guys. That's probably another shout. Go Aussie. Pauline Hanson's going to send us to $1.20, man.
Funny.
When are you going to get a One Nation t-shirt, Greenie?
Oh, dude, don't start me on that trash.
Barnaby.
Yeah, the world, it's in it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens out there. But yeah, no, we got a lot. Hopefully, we got a lot to look forward to in terms of a further discount in crypto. We'll wait and see. We shall wait and see whether we do dip down to lower levels or not, Craig, in the future weeks. I think we might get it. We'll have to wait and see. All right, great show. As always, thanks for hanging with us, guys. If you don't follow us already, please go smash the subscribe button on YouTube, smash the follow button if you're on Kick, and smash the follow button if you're watching on Twitter as well. Greenie Trades, Craig's Coin Purse, Market Mates, MKT Mates. Very simple. We're live every day, guys. Yeah, well, I mean, Brad, that's a fair point. You got to really consider. Oh, don't worry, my accountants. Yeah, Craig chucked in the chat. My accountants, whew. He's actually US, well, he's from the US and he lives in Australia now, so it actually is really great. He's very good. But yeah, it's yeah, dude, it's when you trade, you need to think about it. You do need to think about these things because if you're down, like we spoke about this at length last week, if you're trading an asset, it's already down in US dollars, then it's down on that chain, and then it's down in AUD. Like it's pointless nearly holding US dollars right now. Like I should, in theory, go to OKX right now and change my US to AUD and buy Bitcoin AUD. It might be what I need to do, Craig.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go and start collecting AUD, man. Go look down the couch for my coins. But interesting times, very interesting times. It's another bloody thing to add to my equations, which is annoying because my brain's really full of maths. I guess that's one equation I need to start looking at. Holding some AUD and selling it in a decade into USD and then riding USD up again, I guess. Or maybe we have to get into the yen. Start getting into the next superpower.
So OKX, I just went in. Well, yeah, maybe actually because it's gone on an insane tear. I just got into OKX and it actually has my P&L on the AUD Bitcoin chart. So I actually think I can sell. No, okay. OKX converts it for you, Craig. It just stores it as Bitcoin and you sell into AUD or USD. Wow.
Oh, the arbitrage is going to be fantastic.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. The only query is there's been 13.5K of volume on the AUD pair and there's been 370 million on the USD pair. So that kind of tells you probably where the better liquidity opportunity and obviously the less spread is going to be.
What happens if you do a big purchase there with the?
Well, you'd move markets, right? So
Yeah.
like, for example, if you wanted to buy, holy, okay, so if I look at, I mean, I can pull this up. Oh, that's the wrong chart. Hold on. This one. I want this one. So if you like here, so I've got yeah, just shy of 0.3 of a Bitcoin. If you have a look here, it actually has my cost basis average at 93.1 AUD. But if you come and have a look, if I actually wanted to plow one Bitcoin into this chart, Craig, look at the spread. Like I mean, I couldn't even. Is it going to update for me to one? Like if you're buying one Bitcoin, you have to buy it 100K.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because there's no buy orders, right? So you would have this sitting. Like, I mean, if we have a look here, yeah, someone's got a big bid wall. I mean, a lot of bid walls sort of between 90, yeah, a little bit lower than where price is now. Oh, actually, sorry, yeah, at like just below where price is now, but look at where price is currently held, right? So these are the things you got to look at when you are buying on an exchange, is the order book and actually how much liquidity is on the pair. Whereas if you come to USDT, look at this, like, yeah, 29 Bitcoin, 37 Bitcoin, 40 Bitcoin. Wow. So
yeah,
maybe it's better converting after you've already sold into USDT. So interesting times. Whether I'd get more if I sold right now. I wonder how much that would be in AUD. It'd be very interesting if I sold it all here. So good to know. Good to know. There are my buy orders ready down. 52. Give me 52. Give me 52.
Yeah, there we go. 52. Oh, yeah. God, it'll be glorious. God, it'll be glorious. We'll go -10 on the fear and greed, won't we?
Oh, dude, that'll get me to that'll get me another 0.15 if we hit 52.6, which will get me to just shy of half a Bitcoin at least on this exchange. So
yeah, man, let's go. I look forward to accruing some Bitcoin in the bear, man. I'd love to get to like 5. Don't know if I will, but
5. Woo!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to trade pretty well. Bring back ordinals, man, so I can stack some sats that way. That would be nice. I'd rather do it that way than save for it. That'd be fantastic if we could have something running on Bitcoin, some sort of Ponzi, man. Oh, bring it back, please. Yeah, hopefully we get it soon. But I don't know about that.
Yeah, Pudgy Penguin's back at 8.3. I feel like you got to tax loss harvest that. It'd be stupid probably not to, in my opinion. Later this year.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, and then just change a PFP to a Meebit. $800.
You're way better.
Thanks for hanging with us, guys. Make sure you click follow. Make sure you click subscribe. We're live every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for all the comments as well. Massive shout out to everyone who commented. Makes the show a lot easier to discuss with you guys, and we like to discuss trending topics. So, Craig, have a lovely Monday, mate, and I'll see you again live tomorrow.